Hello everyone, and happy 2017. Welcome to the first webinar of the new year. Today we're going to take some time to talk about using reports to prepare yourself for 2017. Now, we're just going to focus on three main things in this webinar. That's commission statements, claim summary reports, and business growth reports. Now, we do offer different reporting options that we're not going to go over here. We're mainly going to focus on these that are a great things to look at, to determine different growth trends throughout the past year, and different things like that that will help you improve your job as an agent distributing prescription savings cards. So once again, just because something isn't talked about today doesn't mean that you shouldn't look into it and research it and take a good hard look at it. To determine what you could do this next year to improve your claims and your amount of commissions, of course, that you earn. So we're going to go ahead and get started with commission statements. Now, commission statements are generated for you regardless of if you earned enough for a payout or not. You can take a look here. We're looking at a commission statement from the period of August of 2015. Now, you can see here that the beginning balance was 0. This agent didn't earn anything this period, so of course they weren't paid anything this period. Now, this specific agent hadn't generated any activity during this time, which is why I wanted to use this as a template, so it didn't have a lot of personal information there to show. You can also see that I just blocked out that RX group number there, where you see that blue box with the white insides is normally where you would see your group number. Now, your commission statements are, of course, great because they tell you how much income you've earned. They're also going to give you a snapshot to the current 30 days and just outline a good deal of information in detail about the claims that you were paid for, any that might have been reversed, claims that were UNC payable. And you'll also even be able to take a quick glance at your average savings and total savings that you've helped individuals across the country to save. Now, even if you know that you haven't earned enough for a payout, a commission statement is wonderful to look at regardless. It's going to let you know if you have a balance. It's going to let you know, of course, that 30-day snapshot that we just kind of talked about. Be sure to look at your commission statements every month. We're going to send you an email to let you know that they've posted. So even if you think that you haven't actually earned any income, go take a look at that. Get a good idea of what you're looking at, and be sure to familiarize yourself with it. If you would like more information on commission statements, be sure to take a look at your Getting Started guide that's located for your specific, in your back office rather. This will go over a lot of more information and detail about what the commission statement is and the various features of it and how it's useful to you. So 2017, of course, is starting. We're about halfway into the first month at this point, but looking at your past commission statements, you can kind of observe trends, see what you earned last year at this time, see what you earned for the next month at this time. You can then take that information and go look at these next reports that we're about to talk about and see exactly where you're at so far for the year. Now, it may be a little bit too late to completely alter or change exactly what you're going to be paid for January or February, but it's also going to be great to look at for future months to see what you can do to change. Maybe you can look and see that at this time last year you had a huge payout, and then you can see that towards the end of the year it kind of dropped off. Take some time to think about exactly what could have made that happen. What factors came into play? Did you quit advertising on social media? Did you quit handing out cards as much? Different factors like that can greatly affect how many claims that you're generating. So be sure just to take a good detailed look and think about things that were going on in your life to determine why you might see either a decline or an increase in claims. Now here's the second part of the commission statement. Unfortunately, we couldn't fit it all onto one slide there, so I had to break it down here. Now, as you can see, there's that last month snapshot that we talked about. There's the current month snapshot. And you'll also be able to see your referrals if you have anybody in your downline or in your referral list. And then adjustments will be if you had any claims that hadn't been previously collected that were collected. It's going to go over that information there with you. But once again, since the specific agent hadn't done anything, you kind of just see a basic idea of what a commission statement looks like here. Now, these snapshots are also another great thing to take a look at when comparing last year to this year. You can do a quick side-by-side comparison and even take a look at the coming months compared to what you're seeing in your different reporting options. I would recommend writing down any trends that you see, writing down if you notice a significant decrease or increase, and then coming back to that after you've done a complete evaluation of your business to determine exactly where you can improve or if you feel like you're doing great and you've already improved. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about here is the claim summary reports. Now, I typically recommend the claim summary report for a general overview of how many claims you've generated. You're going to get some detailed information here, including the average savings, your brand transactions, how many were generic, UNC transactions, and so on. This is great to take a look at a specific month in any given period of time to see how many claims you generated for that. You can then take those and compare them to commission statements to determine if any were reversed or so on there. But this is a great tool to use for a month-by-month basis. Now, the great thing about your claim summary reports is you can also take a look at a year at a time. By just clicking that quick dates drop down, you can select last year or this year, or you can even just click in the start date and end date there to alter the dates to look at any specific time frame that you want. This is especially beneficial when you're wanting to look at last year as a whole, to compare it to this year to see how you need to do. The next report that is great for you to get a good start to 2017 is looking at your business growth report. Now, your business growth report can be found underneath the Reports tab of your eBusiness suite, and this is going to take a look at your business as a whole. Now, you can see here that the red is going to be the total amount of claims that was generated, and the blue is going to be the payable claims. Now, this is also broken down by month, and this, of course, isn't going to give you an incredibly detailed option right off with this graph here, but it's going to again give you a quick overview, quick visual representation of any trends that might have happened. For example, with this specific representative, you can see that they had a spike about that time of May of last year. And then it gradually went down. Now, this specific agent could take a look at this and say, well, what was I doing in May that was completely different than these other months? And kind of gather an idea of what was working for them that might have been more beneficial for their claims and their commissions than these other months. Now, the business growth report also goes on to have a great deal more of detailed information. That chart's just meant to be a quick visual representation for you. Here you can see that we have it broken down by claim months, and it's compared to the total claims, UNC claims, reverse claims, and payable claims. This will also give you a percentage to let you know what your growth was. So, for example, in November of 2015, this specific agent had 2 total claims. One of those ended up being reversed, and one of those was payable. So they ended up having an overall growth of 100% from the month previous. Now, since we don't, of course, have that month to compare here, let's just go ahead and take a look at December of 2015. This agent had 1 total claim there, which unfortunately 1 was reversed. So that would make a negative 100% there for the payable growth. Now, the more claims you have, you're going to see a different variation there, of course, in your payable growth percentage. This is just kind of a basic overview of this agent who just didn't have a whole lot of claims this past year to take a look at. So if you're generating a lot of claims, this is especially going to be beneficial for you to take a look at on a month-by-month basis to determine what your growth was. You can also see that it's broken down in a little bit more detail by month here. I just grabbed a couple of months specifically to take a look at. In April, there was 1 claim out of 3 total transactions that turned out to be payable. The average savings for that month was $3.07. So you can see here that they had 2 payable transactions, and 2 of those were brand transactions. It just goes on to give you a great deal of detail here about the total savings that actually occurred to the customers that you were helping. What percentage of those were brand or generic? In this case, for April, they were all brand percentage, so 100% for brand. And then, of course, it's going to let you know that there was 1 reverse transaction. Now, depending on how detailed you want to get into your overview of last year, you might use either of any of these things rather, to your benefit, to determine exactly if you need to work on promoting to maybe a different group of people that's not going to have those reverse claims, or if you need to get them out to more individuals in certain areas. Now, your other reporting options are also good to look at. You can kind of take a look at trends, which pharmacies tend to be using your card the most. There's a great deal of information to be found from any of these reports that you see. So once again, just because we're not talking about it today doesn't mean that you shouldn't take a complete look in your back office at all of the details in the reports that we provide for you. Reporting tools are a must for proper tracking of your claims. Sometimes I talk to agents who don't even use the reporting tools. Reporting tools are going to be so beneficial for you, not only to determine exactly what your commissions might be in the next coming months, but also to determine how you can increase your commissions and increase the amount of people that you're helping. It's a good idea to check your reports at least every other day. Now, as a reminder, we receive claim updates Monday through Friday. Any claims that are loaded that come in over the weekend, are uploaded on Mondays. So once again, that's Monday through Friday, claims from the previous day. And then any claims from Friday through Sunday are uploaded by Monday. Now, of course, these reports are great to compare to past years and to note any trends, as we've talked about throughout this webinar. If you have a printer, printing off these reports and actually taking a pen to them and marking different things that you notice is a great idea. You can also do this on a lot of tablets or phones via a stylus. Or if you just want to write down things on a piece of notebook paper, that's also a great idea. Definitely don't ignore your reporting tools and use them to work for you and to make you increase your claims and your commissions. After all, the reason you're distributing prescription cards are to help others and, of course, get paid while you're doing so. So be sure to use the tools at your disposal to make sure that you have the best year yet. 2017 is just getting started, so now is the perfect time to take a good hard look at your trends from last year, your commissions, and the different claims that you generated to figure out where you can either increase your claims or if you're doing something right and you just kind of want to maintain exactly where you're at. To be successful, using your reports are vital. To be successful, the reports, taking a look at them, determining exactly what you need to do, how you can increase your business, or how you can maintain, like we just said, is just going to be so incredibly helpful for you. Thank you so much for joining us today as we try to kickstart off 2017 by taking a look at various reporting options and your commission statements that you can use for the coming year to better increase your commissions. If you have any questions, as always, reach out to us. We're here to help, and we'll be happy to help you in any way possible. If you seem to have any confusion about different reports or your commission statements, just send us an email or give us a call. Once again, we're here to help, and we want to help as many people as possible. We are so grateful for each and every one of you, and we look forward to a 2017 to remember. This year is going to be our best yet. We absolutely know it, especially with the help that each of you agents provide by distributing your discount prescription cards. Once again, Happy New Year and best wishes for this year.